iNews Views, March 22nd. One way to get the most out of life is to look upon it as an adventure. William Feather. Scant rain has fallen in Korea's central and southeastern regions and along the east coast. In the last 105 days, only 37.5 millimeters of precipitation has been recorded, down 22% from the 30-year average. This marks the driest winter since 1973, and meteorologists predict that these conditions will continue for the next month. California is marking the second consecutive year of severe drought, with the government having to impose tough restrictions on water usage because of reduced rainfall and snowpack in the mountains. Most scientists believe global warming is contributing to these weather extremes. Korea is one of the most sleep-deprived countries in the world. This fact is putting people's health at risk. About 15% of all Koreans are employed as shift workers, who suffer even higher rates of sleep disorders than regular Korean workers. Another factor that keeps many Koreans awake at night is the excessive light pollution from the many flashing neon lights and obtrusive lighted signs in residential neighborhoods. Artificial light illuminates the night sky and deprives people of a good night's sleep. Let's get more shut-eye. Growth in the book industry in South Korea is conspicuously absent, but independent publishing is attracting readers, writers, and sellers who offer rarely written about topics, creative new designs, and a niche approach to literature. The number of publishers has grown from 16,000 in year 2002 to 42,000 today, while the number of bookstores has declined sharply from 5,683 in 1994 to only 1,625 now. These data reflect Korea's growing cultural diversity and interest in creativity. Cutting greenhouse gas emissions is the goal of most countries and many scientists. Researchers at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in the U.S. have come up with blue nano bubbles of baking soda that absorb carbon dioxide and clean the air coming out of power plant and factory smokestacks. The captured CO2 is then released by simply heating the bubbles and pumping the carbon safely underground for permanent storage. These tiny bubbles may save the planet. Mimbox is a South Korean cosmetics startup that's looking to go beyond the domestic market and venture into China and the United States. Amazon currently accounts for 34% of beauty product sales in the U.S., but management at Mimbox believes there's a sizable opportunity to find price-conscious shoppers that want to try new products. Investors are hoping that the company can tap into the growing demand for cosmetics in China, where only 20% of women wear makeup. Korea's Institute for Health and Social Affairs reports that 32% of children aged 9 to 17 have suffered from school violence, with younger students subjected to more bullying than older students. School violence is known to affect a student's mental health, family relationships, and even adult life. The Institute reported that it was necessary to implement stronger school programs against violence. Interestingly, children living in urban areas suffered a higher rate of bullying than those living in suburban areas. Those children raised in a single parent's or grandparent's home also had a higher rate of being bullied. Surprisingly, drinking and smoking rates among students living in smaller cities or suburbs were found to be higher than for those students residing in larger cities.